Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you how to create a pattern on Adobe Illustrator CC 2017. To continue with me, download files from the link in the description section. Now I'm gonna create a new document by selecting New from the File menu. Then I move into Web category, and enter my specific value here. Width 800 pixels. Height 800 pixels. Make sure your color mode is set to RGB, and then click Create button. We need two guides for this document. One horizontal, and one vertical. Before making guides, we need to show ruler on the document. Go to the View menu, and Rulers, and click on Show Rulers. You can also use keyboard shortcut, Ctrl+R for activate rulers. Drag a guide from the top to the middle like this, and then we can get a perfect align by using vertical align center button on the control panel. Then we can create another guide like this. To get a perfect alignment, use horizontal align center button on the control panel. Now let's rename this layer as guides and lock this layer, so the guides won't move anywhere on the document. And we need to create another layer for our artwork. I'm gonna click New Layer icon on the Layers panel by pressing Alt key on the keyboard. Now we have Layer Options dialog box. I'm gonna rename this layer as Artwork and leave other settings as they are. Then click OK button. OK, now we have a document ready to create our pattern. Now we gonna create the base shapes for the pattern. Select Rectangle tool from the Tools box. Click on the center of the artboard, where both guides intersect each other. Enter width value 100, and height 50. Click OK button. Change fill color into black like this, if you don't get any fill color for the shape. If you have a stroke outside of the rectangle, remove it from the Appearance panel by dragging the stroke into Trash on this panel. OK. Then we gonna load our wood texture into document. You can download this texture from the link on the description. Or you can use any texture you have for this exercise. Click Place on the File menu and jump into the location where your texture file downloaded. In my case, I have placed texture here. Select the file and click Place on the Place dialog box. Now your texture loaded into the cursor. Click on the middle of the document to load the texture into artboard. Now we gonna trace this texture by using Illustrator tracing feature. Click down arrow, next to the Image Trace button and select 3 colors from the drop-down menu. Now we have traced image. Click on Expand button to expand the texture. This will create paths for the texture. Now our texture contains 3 colors. We can add these colors into Swatches panel for future use. Click Add selected colors from the Swatches flyout menu to add colors into Swatches panel. Now we need to scale this texture. Click Transform link on the control panel, select top left matrix point and enter width 150 and height 50. Make sure you are properly aligned top left corner of the texture into middle of the artboard, by zooming the artboard. If they aren't aligned properly, select both shapes by dragging over them and use vertical align center and horizontal align center buttons. Deselect all by clicking Deselect on the Select menu, or you can use keyboard shortcut, Shift, Ctrl+A. Now click on the texture and send it behind the black rectangle. You can do this by selecting Send to Back on Object Arrange sub-menu. Also you can use keyboard shortcut, Shift, Ctrl, left square bracket, on the keyboard. Now deselect texture by pressing Shift Ctrl+A and select black square. Go to your gradient panel. If your gradient panel is not visible, you can get the panel by selecting Gradient on the window menu. Click the thumbnail on the gradient panel to activate gradient. Drag colors into the gradient bar like this. The darkest color into the left and right positions and white for middle. Drag this left point more left and you can enter value 13 into location text box like this to get a perfect position. Also do the same for right point. Select the point, and enter 86 into location text box, and press enter. Go into your appearance panel, and click on the opacity link, and change the blend mode to multiply. Then select both shapes, and group them by selecting Group on the object menu. Now we have base shapes in a group to create the pattern. Grab the rotate tool from the toolbox, and click on the middle point of the artboard, while pressing Alt key. Enter angle value 90 degrees, and turn on the preview checkbox. Click copy on the rotate dialog box. Now you have both shapes to create the pattern. Deselect all by pressing Shift-Ctrl-A and select both shapes. Then group both of them by selecting Group from the object menu. Grab the rotate tool again, and click on the middle of the artboard, while pressing Alt key. Enter 45 degrees, into angle value, and click OK. Now go to Object, Pattern, submenu and click Make Command. You'll get a dialog box saying, New pattern has been added to swatches panel. Click OK on this dialog box, and go to Pattern Options dialog box. Change width value to 140 and height value to 70. Change the name as you wish. In my case I'm gonna name this as Weaving Pattern. And then click Done. Now you have created your pattern, and you can see it on the swatches panel. Draw a rectangle like this, by entering width and height values 800 pixels to fill entire artboard. Click on the pattern, on the swatches panel to change the fill into pattern. If you feel pattern is too large, you can scale it by transforming the pattern. Let's do it. Go to Effect, Distort, and Transform, and then, Transform command. I'm gonna change both horizontal and vertical scale values into 50% like this. Then turn on the preview checkbox. Turn off the Transform Objects checkbox. Make sure Transform Patterns option is selected, otherwise you won't see any preview on the artboard. Click OK if you get the right effect. Congratulations, now you have created weaving pattern by using Adobe Illustrator. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to get new tutorials in future.